Mbuyiseni, good morning. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning, and thanks for having us.
Okay, last week, just to take back, after Baleka Mbete said at a briefing with editors that she lost it, you guys commented on that and said that proves your point. Is that one of the points you're going to raise in Parliament in your defense?
Well, we're not planning anymore to appear in front of this committee. We think that the entire process has already been tainted. Several threats have been made by some of the members of the Powers and Privileges Committee against members of the EFF, and it has turned into some sort of a kangaroo court. So the idea is to approach the court today, the Cape Town High Court, for an urgent court application to discontinue the entire process.
When? What time are you going to be in court today in Cape Town?
Well, we're expected to make the urgent application first thing this morning. It should be heard before midday.
What are you going to be asking the court to do?
Well, we will present these activities. The charges, for instance, were supposed to have come in front of the committee before they were served to members. They never did, so that the committee knows and had debated what exactly were the injunctions of the misconduct that were accused of, the harassment. Some of the members of Parliament of EFF that are accused were visited by sheriffs at the dead of night, 2 a.m. Some of them women, some of them men who have families with wives. They were visited to be served with these charges. So there have been harassments, but also there are people in this committee that have given death threats, promising us that they were trained in ENCA and they were trained to kill. So we'll present these things to the court and say that it can't be that members of Parliament who are elected on the mandate of a popular electoral process are subjected to a committee of this sort.
So just to clarify once more, when that committee gets together to hear your matters, this matter in particular, there'll be no EFF member present?
No, there won't be.
And in your case, in this particular case, you've got very strong, you said, you have a strong case, you believe, in court, that you're going to get an interdict?
Yes, we should be able to. I mean, the first thing that you said was the very utterances of Baleka Mbete. She came to Parliament, made very conclusive remarks about what the process should be, already judged us in front of the entire Parliament without allowing us to engage her own observations. So the entire process is tainted. It's just a plot by the ANC to intimidate us, to suppress open debate and robust debate in Parliament. Remember that it sparks from the activities of our demand that President Zuma must pay back the money as per the recommendations of the Public Protector.
Okay, robust debate and shouting pay back the money are two different things.
We shouted pay back the money when Parliament was in recess. I clarified this the last time I was here. We never shouted it during recess. And when we were doing pay back the money, they were singing Mshinwam, but they are not charged.
So your position is that we should all be treated equally, so to speak, in Parliament. You would expect some action as well to be taken against the ANC MPs who are singing Umshinwami. No, are you going to lodge a complaint about that?
No,
or have you done so?
Disciplinary proceedings should not be used to suppress debate. That's our fundamental point of departure. But the entire process has already been tainted. People are taking directives from Luthuli House to punish EFF members, to put them in place, to defend the persons of President Zuma and Cyril Ramaphosa, who, by the way, are self-humiliating on their own. It's nothing to do with the politics that are at stake in the country.
Yeah. Are there any personal issues here that are being resolved through these processes? Some people have picked up that because Julius Malema used to be a member of the ANC in the past and he was expelled from the party, he could be bitter, and then he's targeting people like Baleka Mbete and using this as a platform to settle scores. Is there anything like that at all from what you are aware, or are those just unfounded?
Yeah, they are very unfounded. They're also tired. They're exhausted. Every time we raise voices, people focus on us as opposed to the arguments that we put in place. It's not just us that are making these arguments. Even people outside of Parliament have seen that the whole process has been biased, that there has been a determined effort to protect President Zuma from parliamentary oversight. So they are as exhausted and they are old, and I think we must move on. The substantial issue on the table is that Public Protector has made recommendations and remedial action. President Zuma needs to pay back the money. That's what Parliament should be focusing on.
You walked out from the ad hoc parliamentary committee last week, opposition parties, that was beginning to hear this matter. Where is that now? What's going to happen next in that regard? Just on that Nkandla issue.
Well, we've exhausted the political process. The ANC is insisting that the Public Protector's report is equal to the SIU report, the interministerial report. Absolutely ridiculous. They're insisting that Jacob Zuma must not appear in front of the ad hoc committee. So it's another process to delay justice. It's another process to protect Jacob Zuma, and they've suffocated it. So the next step is to approach a court of law to make sure that there is law in this country and that people understand that nobody is above the law. President Zuma needs to pay back the money.
Okay, nobody is above the law indeed, and your own Commander-in-Chief, Julius Malema, will be appearing in court from tomorrow in Limpopo, facing charges of fraud, corruption, money laundering, and racketeering. What are your plans around that? We had some reports that there might be a night vigil tonight in Limpopo to support him, and the police have already issued a statement saying there's going to be tight security around court.
Yes, indeed. There will be a night vigil at Nirvana Hall tonight, and we will march from there tomorrow morning to the court by the SAPS parking to support the Commander-in-Chief, because we have been clear that this is a political plot to destroy his person, and he's very prepared. We're looking forward to a victory.
How can it be a political plot? I mean, these are serious charges: fraud, corruption, racketeering, money laundering. On what basis do you think these charges are a political ploy?
Well, I'm happy then, because tomorrow the court process is beginning. We've been calling for it. He's been saying, remember that the state is the one that has been postponing and postponing. Finally, it will be put down. We will be vindicated that there was never, ever a case against the Commander-in-Chief. It was always a plot to cast doubt, a shadow of doubt on a leader who is gaining legitimacy in the economic emancipation struggle. And that's what's really afraid. That's what the powers that be are afraid of. And they've concocted all these charges against him. But finally, they're going to be put to rest, and we'll move on to a new chapter.